class. In this video, we will now discuss our usage-based depreciation methods. So, dito sa usage-based category natin, may dalawang methods tayo. The hours utilization method and the units of output method. Okay? So, one characteristic of usage-based depreciation is that may depreciation tayong i-report kapag may actual usage. Okay? Pag walang usage, walang depreciation. Naintindihan? So, ganun yung basic characteristic niya. Okay? So, our first method, which is the hours utilization method, paano natin kinocompute yung depreciation expense? So, that would be actual number of hours utilized during the year multiplied by depreciation rate per hour. So, paano naman natin na-determine yung depreciation rate per hour? That is equal to cost minus residual value divided by estimated useful life, this time expressed in number of hours naman. Okay? So, pagdating kay hours utilization method, ang depreciable base natin is cost minus residual value. So, dinededuct ulit natin yung residual value dito. Then, yung useful life ay expressed in terms of number of hours. Okay? Ayan. Now, doon naman sa pangalawang method natin, which is your units of output method, actually yung pag-compute ng depreciation niya is similar to your hours utilization method, except that the basis will be number of units naman, no? So the depreciation is equal to actual number of units produced during the year multiplied by depreciation rate per unit. The depreciation rate per unit is computed as cost minus residual value divided by total estimated units of output. So similar lang din yung computation ng kanyang depreciation rate sa hours utilization, except that yung denominator is useful life in terms of number of units naman. Okay? So, let's answer the same problem using these two methods naman, no? So, sabay na nating sasagutan itong usage-based depreciation methods. So, hours utilization method tayo, no? So, ang magiging basis natin dito is the number of hours. Alright? So, sabi rito, the machine's useful life is estimated in terms of working hours, 480,000 hours. Then, the number of hours worked during 2025 and 2026 are 80,000 and 96,000 hours respectively. So, pag gagamitin nyo itong method na to, ang unang step, computein nyo na yung depreciation rate per hour. So, that would be equal to cost minus residual value divided by your estimated useful life in terms of hours. So that is 480,000 hours. Okay? So our depreciation rate per hour, that would be 12.50 per hour. Yan, lagyan nyo lang siya ng label, no? Okay? Now, to compute for the depreciation of 2025, bali ilang hours ang na-utilize during 2025? 80,000 hours, tama? O multiply nyo lang yan dito sa depreciation rate per hour natin, and that would be how much? 1 million. Okay? Then for 2026, ganun lang din gagawin nyo. Ilang hours ang utilize ng 2026? 96,000 hours times 12.50. Our depreciation for 2026, 1.2 million. Bali yan na yung sagot natin for number 1. For number 2, yung carrying amount niya, ganun pa rin. Cost, okay, minus your accumulated depreciation December 31. Okay? Ayan. So, mabilis siyang makompute actually, no? Kapag usage-based depreciation. So, our cost, 6.75 million minus ACDEP of 1 million. So, CV, December 31, 2025, 5,750,000. Then for 2026, so cost minus cumulative depreciation for 2 years. So our CV will be 550,000, sorry. Okay? Ayan. Now, meron din siyang what if, 'di ba? What if the date of acquisition is May 1, 2025 instead of January 1, 2025? Pag usage-based method class, okay? Irrelevant 'yon. Irrelevant yung acquisition date. Kasi sabi nga natin pag usage-based, no? Hindi siya dependent sa number of months. Dependent siya sa usage. So regardless kung kailan mo na-acquire yung asset, whether January 1 yan or May 1, it would not affect our depreciation. Okay? So doon sa what if scenario natin, our answers will be the same. So depreciation for 2025 will still be 1 million. Depreciation for 2026 will still be 1.2 million. Tas ang kanilang carrying values will remain the same. Naintindihan ba? Okay? Yan. So that is one characteristic or another characteristic of our usage-based depreciation methods. Okay? Now, last method, yung units of output method. Bale, similar lang din naman yung procedures natin sa kanya, no? Uunahin ulit natin yung depreciation rate, this time on a per unit basis. Okay? So, gawin ulit natin, cost minus residual value divided by, this time, estimated useful life in terms of number of units. Okay? So, ilan yon? 400,000 units daw. So, depreciation rate per unit, 15 pesos per unit. So, our depreciation for 2025, bali ilang units ang produced during 2025? That would be 60,000 units times 15 per unit. So, depreciation natin, 900,000. Pagdating ng 2026, ganun ulit. Ilang units produced ng 2026? 75,000 units times 15 per unit. So for 2026, the depreciation is 1,125,000. Okay? Finally, yung carrying value ulit. So that would be equal to cost minus accumulated depreciation. So magkano ang CV ng asset at the end of 2025? So cost minus ACDEP, 900,000. So our CV, 5,850,000. Then for 2026, cost as is, accumulated depreciation natin, so that is for 2 years. So our CV at the end of 2026, 4,725,000. So ganyan naman kapag units of output method. Okay? Now, what if the date of acquisition is May 1, 2025 instead of January 1? Will it affect the depreciation using the units of output method? Answer is no. Kasi nga usage-based siya. 'Di ba? Usage-based depreciation method. So regardless of the date of acquisition, okay, the depreciation that is based on number of units will not be affected. Okay? Ayan. So pagdating natin sa what if scenario, your answers will remain the same, no? So ito pa rin yung depreciation natin, 900,000 for 2025 and 1,125,000 for 2026. Tapos yung CV natin ganun din, as is lang. So at the end of 2025, it's still 5,850,000, and at the end of 2026, that would be 4,725,000. Okay? Yan. So that is our usage-based depreciation methods. So that's all our depreciation methods here. So I hope naintindihan nyo yung pagkakaiba ng mga depreciation methods natin under the two categories. Okay? So thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to Accounting Lessons with BCV for free accounting lecture videos.